Yo, I built this singles trick room team because I've been loving trick room in doubles and I wondered if it would work in singles. So we got our main man Mega Blastoise here with that fire grass core on the right, our two trick room setters, and T-Tar for weather control because you know these weather wars are real. Let's go. We got a pretty unorthodox team here, so I'm leading Incin for Intimidate with Blastoise and Hydrapple in the back. Funny enough, I'm gonna start this trick room vid with no trick room. It's not always optimal. Let's go. So we lead Incin and we get that beautiful Intimidate off. That -1 star is gonna help. T-Tar sets up the sand as per usual. But this is not your typical Incin. My man is running break for those annoying screens running around, and this is going to hurt. He opts to go Mega. We ain't scared of no Mega T-Tar. Big old spikes coming out his shoulders. Big old unicorn horn. Break these bricks. Oh, he outsped me. He outsped me Rock Slide. As long as we don't get flinch, we should be good. Man, and that's a -1 Rock Slide. Look at that damage. But we eating our citrus berry, you know, staying nice and healthy and breaking bricks. Yo, 71% from break, my man. So here I consider switching out, but honestly I don't want anything in the back to take a Rock Slide. So I hope he gets a low roll this time around and I can get another brick break off, but I know I'm probably going down. At this point, Incin did his job. He did massive damage onto the T-Tar and he got him down to -1, which gives me an opening for my Mons in the back. And we send out big man Blastoise the Great. Now here, I consider which move to use. If you don't know, Mega Blastoise gets Mega Launcher, which boosts the power of Pulse and Spear moves. That's the reason why I'm running Water Pulse instead of Water Spout. I don't want to have to rely on full HP. I want to deal massive damage no matter what. He switches in his Phalanx, which I don't really think that's a switch into Water Pulse. We go Mega, we get big boy guns, cannons blazing, and we go for that big Water Pulse, and we OHKO, baby, nice and wet. Now, this part right here, man, I swear to you, you be seeing some stuff on the ladder. So if they go into Scizor, I look in the back, I'm like, my best way to deal with this Scizor is Blastoise. So I'm gonna shoot another Water Pulse out, right? Double-edged Scizor, massive damage first off. And then I see the Life Orb. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Double-edged Life Orb Scizor, the new meta right here. That did a lot of damage, I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely caught me off guard, but you not living a Water Pulse, get wet. At this point, his last Mon is that T-Tar and it's pretty much over. Hit that Water Pulse one more time and my man Blastoise just caught 3 bodies. They all soaking wet in the sand right now. Let's go. Now this one's pretty interesting. This is going to be a match against rain, so I opt to go trick room mode this time. Mega Swampert always comes out and I know he gets real speedy when he's slippery and wet. So we're going to go ahead and set up that trick room. Nice shiny, by the way. He sets off a Hurricane, which does a fuck ton of damage. That is an offensive Pelipper if I ever seen one. And he gets the confusion. But Slowbro, aka Slow Sis, because it's a female, is not confused. She gets off that trick room and we are rolling. I check my squad. Nobody wants to switch into a Hurricane, so I'm just going to try to get my damage before I go down. And Slow Sis lets me down. She goes down to another Hurricane, but she did her job. That trick room is up. Unfortunately, right now, my best option to deal with this Pelipper is going to be Blastoise. The Hydrapple will go down like a wet paper napkin to a Hurricane. So I'll go ahead and go big boy Mega Cannon Shell Shocker. Mr. Panty Soaker himself is out here right now in the rain, by the way. My best choice is Dark Pulse. I'm trying to get a flinch at least. I don't get one, and he is able to get another Hurricane. Man, this Pelipper is doing way too much damage to my squad. Now, Blastoise is bulky, but he still didn't take that great. I go for a Water Pulse just in case he tries to switch out for whatever reason to get that rain boosted pulse, but he lets Pelipper finally go down. In comes everybody's worst fucking nightmare to knock out the London Bridge Archaladon. This is why we run Aura Spear, boys and girls. Blastoise goes first in Trick Room. Archaladon O-Code by Aura Spear. Whenever you can O-Code on Archaladon, there's just rainbows and kitties that just go off all over the world. There's just happiness in the air. In comes his big boy Swampert, aka Team Player. He goes Mega. We see the steroids kick in. Buff, swole Diesel Swampert over there. It goes for Earthquake, which luckily I do eat one. And I'm able to get a rain boosted Water Pulse off. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. Now I do consider switching out to Hydrapple to eat an Earthquake, but I don't want to risk a crit or take unnecessary damage, so I just let Blastoise go down to that Earthquake, and thankfully, because it was a crit. Now, even though I do have Hydrapple, I'm a little bit worried because the rain is up. Trick Room is offline now, so it will outspeed me, and these Swamperts tend to run Ice Punch, which I'm 4 times weak to. I just gotta hope and pray I live an Ice Punch from this Reuter, and I live on 25 HP. If I had switched into an Earthquake, I would not have survived that. So thankfully, I conserve that HP, and I'm able to throw my balls of energy straight into Swampert's face, and he can't take that. He goes straight down. Now we got an interesting looking team here, but I see a lot of speed boosting mons, a lot of fast demons. I'm gonna go ahead Trick Room mode with Incin for Intimidate in the back. And I want to just showcase the power of Hatterene on this one, because a lot of people don't respect the witch. And the witch, she comes out to play sometimes. And her favorite place to play is the room full of tricks. So Hatterene comes out, Mega Blaziken lead. I'm pretty sure I can live anything that Mega Blaziken goes for turn 1. They usually go for Protect to get that speed boost. So I opt to just go straight for that Trick Room. We go Kickin' Chicken. And he gets greedy. He goes for Swords Dance. He's out here playing with swords on that side of the field. And I'm okay with that, because we go for that Trick Room. He gets his speed boost off, but that actually just hurts him in Trick Room, so he just got slower. And here I decided to go for Side Shock, and he decides to go for a turn 2 Protect. So I don't think he can really touch me. If he got Protect and Swords Dance, his last 2 moves are probably a fighting move and a fire move. Now, I do see that he has a T-Tar in the back, so I'm a little bit worried about going for a Side Shock, but I decide this is a +2 Mega Blaziken, not to risk it, and hit Side Shock anyway. I almost hit Dazzling Gleam. This would have been a lot of a shorter battle if I did, but I end up going for the Side Shock, which T-Tar is immune to. I think he's trying to run my Trick Room turns down. He's playing games, but that's okay, that's okay. My witch likes to play. He switches out his T-Tar for the Alolan Ninetales, changes up the weather, which I appreciate, so I don't keep taking chip. And let me tell you, Sir Ninetales is not a switch into Hatterene. This is a 2-hit KO. He's probably trying to get some screens up, which is not going to happen. We get to take that Alolan Ninetales down without it being able to do a dang thing. And here I'm realizing he does not have a good switch in to fairy moves. He goes back into T-Tar now. I'm assuming he's probably going to try to go for a dark move. Since neutral Blaziken I don't think can KO me, this is going to be his best shot to deal with Hatterene. He does go for the knockoff, knocks off my wise glasses, but that's okay, because we in the room that we like to play in, the room full of tricks. Get another trick room off, and this pretty much is going to seal the deal. Go ahead and go for that Dazzling Gleam to get that damage on T-Tar. And pay attention now, I lost my wise glasses, and this is special defense boosted T-Tar because of the sand, and I still did 70%. Massive damage. Ice Punch, I thought I might live that, but then he crits me. Honestly, I probably would have lived if it wasn't for that crit, but it's all good. We got our boys in the back ready to go. And we go big man shell shocker, Mr. Panty Soaker himself, and you know what time it is. It's time to make everything wet. Between him just having his T-Tar and Mega Blaziken, he has no switch-ins to Water Pulse. So we go Mr. Big Boy Cannon, and we send these pulses of water their way. And that's pretty much a wrap. I'm not going to be able to do anything against this Mega Blastoise. Gonna make you wet again, my boy. One more Water Pulse and we take it. Now we got a different looking team here. I want to lead T-Tar this time because I want to try to set up some hazards. I see a Frostlass and a Delphox in the back. I'm thinking he's probably going to lead Hazard Chomp. I've seen a lot of Garchomps that run Stealth Rocks and Spikes, and then they get you into a cycle with Dragon Tail. So I got a little bit of a plan for this guy. I set out my T-Tar, and I know it's kind of dumb, but I do give the Garchomp Sand. The only reason T-Tar is really here, though, is to get these Stealth Rocks up. So we trade rocks turn 1. My suspicion was correct. It is the Hazard lead bulky Chomp. So we both have Stealth Rocks up. I think that hurts him more than me, to be honest with you. My moms don't really care too much about Stealth Rocks. His do. And then here I decided to get cheeky and switch into the Witch, because a lot of people forget that Hatterene has a Magic Bounce, which is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Garchomp goes for spikes. No, no, no. Hatterene bounces those spikes back to their side of the field. I wall this guy. No hazards for you. I'm immune to Dragon Tail. So it's Trick Room time. We eating that up like breakfast, and we get that Trick Room off. Now my team outspeeds, and you already know what time it is. And if you thought my Hatterene was support Hatterene, you would be incorrect, because I one-shot that Garchomp with a Dazzling Gleam. I have no idea why Hatterene doesn't get Moonblast. The strongest fairy move it gets is Dazzling Gleam, but that's still enough to take it out. And then they try to go into their own Mega this time. They're going to go Frostlass, but once again, that Stealth Rocks and Spikes hurts them a lot more than it hurts my team. And we have the surprise coverage of Mystical Fire. And in comes Prom Dress Frostlass. Changes the weather, which I deeply appreciate, so we can stop taking that chip, and that Mystical Fire is too much. It was already heavily chipped with those hazards, never stood a chance. And my opponent decides to head out. Now my opponent has an interesting team, but I have a hunch that he's going to try to hazard stack me again. I've seen a lot of hazard stacking Hippowdons that then go for Whirlwind. That could be really annoying. I had one myself one time, so I'm going to go ahead and let him know who the strongest witch of all the land is, and it's going to be Hatterene. So he does leave the Hippowdon, gets the sand up. I'm wondering if he knows about Magic Bounce. I was going to go for Trick Room, but since Hippowdon's pretty slow, I decided to just go for damage in case he switches out, get some free damage on something, but nope. He tries to set up the stealth rocks, and I bounce those sharp rocks right back to his side. We're gonna go ahead and get off that dazzling gleam. Look at that damage. This is a bulky mon. For this to do that much damage, and it wasn't even super effective, that's pretty good. Looks like a 2-hit KO. I'm expecting him to switch out now, so I'm gonna set up the Trick Room this turn. I almost feel bad for this man. He goes for Yawn, bro. And my Hatterene says, nah, I'm not sleepy. I'm bouncing that right back. So now his Hippowdon not only set up Stealth Rocks from my team, but made himself get sleepy. So this is the freest Trick Room of all time. And I'm about to get another free Dazzling Gleam off on him. I don't know if he's going to let himself go to sleep or he's going to switch out, but he's going to have to switch into a strong fairy move. For some reason, he decides to save the Hippowdon and switch into Meowscarada, which if it had a sash, sash is broken and goes straight down to a Dazzling Gleam. And the baddest witch of all the land is throwing all these hands, and he sends out his Greninja, which is also weak to Dazzling Gleam. I know Greninja is not the bulkiest mon. He decides to Mega, but even Mega'd, this thing is not bulky at all. It has the defenses of a wet paper napkin. So my Hatterene once again goes for that Dazzling Gleam and is able to one-shot the Greninja after the Stealth Rock damage, which I don't think the Stealth Rocks even mattered in this case. And after having his heart broken multiple times, he heads out. Now this one is going to be my battle. I'm in Ultra Ball 1. If I win this one, I'm off to Master Ball rank. They're going to lead off with their Metagross, and I lead off with Incineroar, which unfortunately, because of Clear Body, I don't get that -1, which hurts real bad. But honestly, I don't have a switch into Metagross. My best way to deal with this is going to be Incineroar, so I opt to just go ahead and do the Flare Blitz move as Metagross does Mega. So it does outspeed and go for Hammer Arm, and I go straight down like a sack of potatoes. This is a real big problem, man. My Incineroar, my best answer to this thing, just went down without being able to do anything, not even get the attack drop. So we send in Shell Shocker, Mr. Panty Soaker himself, and my best move to hit this is going to be a Dark Pulse. I'm hoping that after a -1, I may be lucky and outspeed. If I don't kill, maybe get a flinch off. This is like my best bet to handle this. He goes for Hammer Arm again. I don't know why. I guess he didn't have a psychic move to hit me with, or he was really fearing the Trick Room in the back and wanted to try to outspeed me in Trick Room, but I took some damage. I survive. He survives as well though, and then he's able to get a Bullet Punch off on me. So I'm uncomfortably low in HP, but crisis averted. At least I'm not getting 3-0'd by a Mega Metagross. And things are not looking good. He sends out Primarina, which completely walls my Blastoise. I have to switch out to Slowbro, aka Slow Sis. I'm expecting a fairy move to come in, so at least I resist that, and it is a Moonblast. Slow Sis doesn't mind. She eats that up with a smile on her face, and I'm thinking here I want to do Trick Room, but honestly I need damage on Primarina. If Slowbro goes down, I can't hit this for much damage, so I go ahead and go for the super effective poison move. It goes for Encore for some reason. It outsped me, so nothing happened, so I'm able to get some free damage off this turn. It looks like a 2-hit KO, which I'm super excited about, but then Primarina has a Citrus Berry. Slowbro's ability doesn't proc, so I don't get that free Quick Claw. I end up eating a water move pretty well. I get another Shell Side Arm off, and it barely lives. I really hope here that I get a proc, but I don't again. And it's able to finish me off with another water move. It's going to be Big Man Blastoise against the world at this point. So I get Mega Blastoise in. I decided that my best move here is probably going to be a Stab Water Pulse. We've seen how much damage that can do already. And I outspeed. So actually, thank God I didn't get that Trick Room off, because it would have definitely finished me off with a Moonblast probably. And I get a crit to assert dominance because this is big man Blastoise Panty Soaker, alright? We're getting panty soaked out here. And then comes Hydreigon. Now I know Hydreigon hits like a truck. I will not live Draco Meteor, but he could miss. He thought about it. He opts to go for Dark Pulse to avoid the miss. And I live on 3 and I'm like, don't flinch, don't flinch. I get off an Aura Spear and I'm like, please kill. He didn't have a Chople Berry, no Sash. Goes down from 100%. Big man Blastoise. The Panty Soaker is here. And just like that, the single Trick Room team that I built is able to get me another win. After that 6-win streak, we finally reach Master Ball rank. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, team code in the beginning.